Hello and welcome to another episode of me painting again. Oh yeah, we're painting again. And I'm going to get a brush. This one. It's only a small one actually. And I'm going to use a little bit of this sea blue. A little bit of ultramarine blue. And a little bit of black. Make sort of a bluey grey. A bluey grey. And we'll start this painting off. We've got a grey. Grey card. But I want to do some indications of some trees. We're sort of painting. I'm going to paint behind the tree. Get some of these different shapes. Could have it darker and lighter. I don't mind if a little bit of the card shows through as well. I don't mind that. Got a little bit more of the blue in it. Just doing these little strokes. Little flicky. Just sort of flicking the brush this way. Like that. And I want that to run to about there, I think. Bit of dark here, a bit more black in it. And get this dark shape. Goes like that to there. I like blocking in things just to get the painting going a bit quicker. Blocking colour. It's got a dark and then a dark. And a dark that sort of goes like that. So this is a nice little wooded area that you can walk through. Get some of that blue colour again. So what I'm doing to start with is I'm going to build this up and then start putting in the light afterwards, because the I want it to be an easy to control painting, and I find paintings are easier to control if you control your lights and darks. And I always tend to feel like the darks you can put in quite early, and then the lights put in at the end. Not always like that, but that seems to be a good method at the moment. It's funny, people tell you things like that. Oh, why don't you do your darks and then go with your lights last? And you think to yourself, no, I'll do it my way. And then after a while, you end up doing what they said, because you've learnt it yourself. So I think it's very important though to learn things yourself, isn't it? Not just to listen to what someone else has said and then just go, okay, and mindlessly go, yeah, that's a good idea. It's good to, it's good to learn from people. It's good to experiment and see if there's a better way, because there might be, might there? You don't want to take on the way unless you found an easier way. So you can decide what you want to do with lights and darks. You don't have to go with what I said. It's looking quite good actually. It's starting to build up now. Got some blue there. Let's come in there. And then down and round. Of course we're using acrylic, so when this dries we can paint on top of it, no problem, and we don't have to wait too long. That's the benefit of acrylics, isn't it? If you was doing it in oils though, you could like scrub it in and put it on quite thin and then put your thicker colours on. I enjoy doing that. I really enjoy doing that actually. I do like oil paints. At the moment I have to trying to keep my stuff to a minimum because it got a bit out of hand, so I'm painting loads of paintings on the card and things because it takes up a little less space. If you paint on canvases, you keep painting and painting and painting, you end up with a lot of canvases. What do you do with them all? Could sell them on craft stalls. But I find the big paintings are quite hard to sell, I think. If you're thinking of doing craft stalls, do you sell some smaller paintings and you'll find you can sell them a lot easier. Because people have only got so much wall space, haven't they? Think of yourself, if you was going to buy a painting, you probably wouldn't want a real big one. But there'll be someone watching going, "Oh, I would." Actually, I would. If I had a really big wall, I'd want a really big painting on it. Right, so where are we? I'm going to put some snow on the ground. So I want a little bit of white and blue. So I want this ground to be quite cold still. There's a bit of light there. Just smudge it. Give it a smudge so it's not as light as this. The snow that's coming through on this path. Nice path coming out. And we've got a bit of a rock there. All will be revealed as we paint this. Sometimes when you do a painting it can look a bit messy. It can look a bit like you haven't thought about what you're doing. And for this painting you'd be right. No, I have worked out what I want to do. That's quite nice, isn't it? It's got a nice look to it. It almost looks like trees and things, and I haven't put any in yet, so that's good. So I want a few shoes in the black. Sorry about the shadow that comes on. There's nothing I can really do about that. It's just the way my lights are. I haven't got a light. Well, I haven't got any daylight. It's so dark at the moment. When I get around to painting, it's always a bit late. Hopefully it's not too bad. You get the idea anyway. You've probably watched a few paintings, you probably know what I'm doing. Put a little bit more dark in that bit there. Just use the end of the brush there, just get another one there. I probably should have used a liner actually to do some of them. I just get a bit carried away at times and you just start painting them and you don't really think. And you think, oh, I should have got the liner. It's too late. You've already painted it. Trees. Another one there. That one's a bit thicker though. Grows there. Just smooth it out. I might grab the liner. Now I'm thinking of using the liner. A little bit of the black. Maybe have a couple of branches and stuff. There's a tree. Okay, smudge that in. Might have a tree there as well. Oops. I smudged that too much. Alright, let's quickly repair that. Get a little bit of blue, a bit of white. Let's go over that. Pretend it never happened. Oh no, I've got some ultramarine blue in it. Yikes. There we go. Try not to smudge it, Jason. Smudge the top bit, that's alright. It's just the bottom bit. I want to keep a kind of a thin line, just to make it look like the tree's further away than these ones, because they've got a bit thicker lines, haven't they? If you want a few branches and things. It's funny, I put in a few and I start thinking about when I sat in the woods and painted, and I used to do that a lot actually. I used to go to the woods and just sit there and paint, and I'm looking at the branches and you see them everywhere. any which way you can think of a branch, they tend to be. Unless a human has gone in and cut them. They tend to grow absolutely everywhere. Right. So I'll do. I've been quite strict with myself. I haven't put millions of branches in. I am trying to keep it a bit strict and a bit loose at the same time. What am I doing? Strict or loose? Who knows? It doesn't really matter, does it? So let's put in a few more. This is a good brush for tapping. This old brush, tap in some blues and stuff. Here and there, maybe there's a few leaves still there. And they've got a few bits of snow growing on them. Okay, a bit more of something down there. Okay. Take that across so it's not separate. And I need a bit more of the blue and the white. So I can kind of see a little bit more light in front of this. Actually, maybe it would be better like this. It's kind of in front of that. So what I'll do is I'll put more light on that, make it a little bit better. This is looking a bit... some light in there. Okay, that'll do. Now I want some proper light. So, some proper light. So I want some white. Basically some sunlight, that's what I want. Yellow ochre, a little bit of the crimson. The yellow ochre just makes that sunny, because it's golden, isn't it? Yellow ochre is golden. So you get golden sun, and then you can put a bit of red in it to get a pinkish. Try and get it to the way you want it to look. That's not bad. Sort of a pinkish, yellowish colour. Almost a very light flesh tone. Almost. So let's imagine the light is coming behind there and it's going along here. And maybe it's hitting some of these bushes that are there. Like that, and then maybe there's some light that's sort of hitting back here. Looks like there's a bit of light there, doesn't it? So I'll put a little bit of light there. Probably hitting some of these areas here. It's quite distant though, so I don't want to mess about with that too much. And then maybe the light is spraying through, and maybe let's just hit this bit there. A couple of leaves there. Maybe it's gone. There's a rock there. Let's hit that. And maybe it's come forward and it's gone all the way along here. There's no trees blocking the light, so it's come across here. Maybe it's hit that bit there as well. Maybe it's bounced in here little bits. Maybe it's hit some of this here. Maybe this that we was putting in got a bit of that side light there. Bit there and there. And wherever it's sort of broke in and hit, can hit some areas, but not all areas. I don't want it to hit everything. I want it to have that sort of nice break, and it gives our area a little bit more depth as well when it's like that. Maybe that's come to there, right to there. Yeah, so we've got a bit of depth, and then what I might do just bring that down a little bit there, and then there's this rock here. A bit of a rock there. It's got that light hitting it. Snow behind it. Gotta think, where would the snow start? Would it probably start after it, like that? Maybe there'll be a little bit of shadow. The light go around it? Probably not, but that's just a way of faking the shape of the rock. So it'd be nice to have somebody in this picture, wouldn't it? So I think what I'll do is I'll put a person in. So I'll probably use my liner brush, get a bit of this ultramarine blue and some red, a bit more red. I'm making my dark. This is going to be my dark. And I'll have the person about probably here, I think. Then we can use the light to show some of her off. Shoulders, arms. quite a long coat because it's pretty cold. You can choose whether you want her to be wearing a dress, or I quite like doing them when they've got dresses on, because then it kind of makes your painting look older. Is it just me? Might be just me. It's just what I think, really. Put the dress on. Maybe she's wearing a hat. Use a little bit of yellow ochre in with the red. Put a bit of the hat on. Probably needs to be a bit higher than that. Something like that. Got the hat on. Got some boots. Can be like the bottom of the boot there. And this one could be walking. She looks quite cold actually. I've got a little bit more of the red. I might warm her up in colour. Maybe that's off with there or something. Looks a bit nicer, a bit more colour. Put a little bit of should go a little bit darker and get like a trail from where she's been walking. Maybe there's a trail there that people have been using. Something like that. Yeah, it looks quite nice, doesn't it? That's pretty good. I might have a little bit of light just hitting part of her. So I've got my my light, my yellow and red. That's what the colours that I was using for the coat. I can't remember if I showed it. Red and blue. So I've got a little bit of this light, and I might, because she's kind of been shown a little bit there, I might just get a little bit of sunlight. Just hit that one side of her. I need to do the bottom of her shoe as well. Make it look more like the bottom of her shoe anyway. I might put a little bit of dark there. Yeah, that looks quite good. I'm quite happy with that. Someone walking through the forest. It works quite nice. Got a bit of light in places. You could even do more. I'm thinking about it. Maybe there's a touch of light and it sort of hits the side of this tree. Maybe it's gone and just hit this part of the tree here. But not the ground. Let's just hit that bit there. Maybe a bit there as well. It's kind of fun doing stuff like that actually. Working out where your light's going to hit. And if you want as well, you can grab some blue colour and you can add a few lights on top of the branches of a blue colour. So maybe some bluish branches or something. I think we need a wall as well. There's a bit of a wall there. I'll just put this blue there. I forgot to put it in, just noticed. Not sure if I need it, but there's a bit of a wall back there. There we go. Kind of see where it goes. It goes back there, but behind that tree. There we go. Don't think we need to do any more. It's just a indication of it. Bit dark there. Something like that, and I've just got to pull the this out a bit. Something like that. I think we're about there actually. That's quite good, isn't it? Can't really see any areas that I think I need to do a bit more there. So I think I'm going to call this one finished. So thanks very much for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you some ideas of what you could do as a painting and show you how you can put somebody in fairly easily. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you at another one. Cheers, bye.